Nathaniel Coleman is an elite sport climber. With help from U.S. Olympian Lolo Jones, we're putting him through a series of challenges to understand what it takes to reach the top of the climbing world.
This Olympic determination! Hi, I'm Lolo Jones, and welcome to Anatomy of a Sport Climber. Joining me in Las Vegas is U.S. star Nathaniel Coleman. Are you ready for this?
Let's do it.
Sport climbing's Olympic debut is at Tokyo 2020. The competition is broken down into 3 disciplines: speed climbing, bouldering, and lead climbing. To reach the heights of this sport, you need a variety of skills, including speed, strength, and agility.
I think I'm suited to climbing because of my natural athletic tendencies. You need a lot of coordination, fast twitch reactions, you need fast thinking, you need problem solving.
We've come to a state-of-the-art Human Performance Institute to examine Nathaniel's physical makeup. How will he fare when we look behind the stats of this U.S. champion climber?
First up, we're going to look at Nathaniel's body composition with the DEXA scan.
So the DEXA scan is a measure of body composition, and Nathaniel produced some really great results today. He had a total body fat percentage of 11%. We would expect him to have those types of numbers where he's not having to carry around excess body fat, and he's having to take his body from the floor against gravity up the wall. So we need to remove any inefficient excess weight, and those data today really reflected that.
Nathaniel, climbing must use all the muscles in your body.
Yeah, especially your legs when you're doing speed climbing.
Really? As a climber, you don't use your arms?
That's what you'd think.
All right, well, let's test out the power in your legs.
Sounds good.
Strong leg muscles are crucial when using the smallest footholds on the climbing wall. And the more weight you can put on the lower body, the longer the arms and upper body will last.
Okay, Nathaniel, we're going to do our next test, which is the counter movement jump. So this is a measure of lower body power, which is a climber when you're doing those bouldering maneuvers and those big explosive reaches, actually going to use your legs for some of those, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to look at how explosive you are with your lower body power and see what you can do.
All right.
Okay, step onto the plates. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Up. Good. His performance in this test was exceptional. He had a vertical jump of right around 50 centimeters, which is a really good score. When we look at combat athletes and we look at some other sports like rowing, they're probably going to be a little bit lower than a score like that, largely in the mid-40s. So to have a score of 50, that's a really good score, and really shows that he's explosive for those movements, those high technical explosive efforts that he does with his speed climbing.
I mean, this seems pretty easy to me. I mean, I don't know why climbers make a big deal out of it. It's like, look, one arm. Okay, this next test, I'm sure, is going to show his upper body strength.
Nathaniel's sport requires phenomenal upper body strength. These muscle groups are the engine room for a sport climber where huge amounts of propulsive force are generated.
Okay, Nathaniel, the next test is our upper body strength endurance test. This is closest to your kind of routine on a day-to-day basis, so we're gonna take the bar, all right? We're trying to do as many pull-ups as we can.
I've been training my whole life for this.
For this one moment. Here we go, whenever you're ready. All right. Second pause in between each one. There's 1.
So he just goes until he burns out?
Absolutely. 2.
We're going to be here all day.
The pull-up test is a love-hate experience. You know, I think it's my strength, but it sucks to just keep pulling until you fail because your muscles are just burning so much.
You got this, you got this.
Good job, Nathaniel. Squeeze, 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 squeeze.
Fight for it!
All right,
There you
good
go.
job. 23.
This Olympic determination!
Good job, my friend. That's tough.
Yo, that was impressive.
That's tough. 23. Outstanding, outstanding number. Anything over 18, we would say is
You should have
exceptional.
told him that at 18.
I'm not going to tell him 18. Keep it going. It's a max
He fought
test.
for one, like.
So if we look at sports like mixed martial arts, they're probably going to be pulling about 10 to 12 long arm pull-ups. Things like American football, again, very similar scores because they're having to lift more mass off the ground, and that's obviously compromising the endurance capabilities. So what Nathaniel has is a real good balance between strength and a frame and a body size which is conducive to supporting the endurance effort.
Let's take a break from testing. So did you ever think you could be an Olympic athlete?
No way.
And now that, climbing is in the Olympic Games, how does that feel for you? Like, what did you think when they announced it?
Well, when they announced it, I was like, well, damn, I'm gonna try as hard as I can to make it there. I just feel like it was the perfect timing, I'm about that age where it's like the prime time to be trying for the Olympics, and climbing is a new sport. It's crazy that it is introduced into the Olympics at the same time that I'm competing.
But you really just want an Olympic gold medal, huh?
That would be nice.
You know they're made of chocolate on the inside, right?
Really?
I don't have one. Why are you asking me? Let's get back to some more testing.
Okay.
Time now to look at Nathaniel's anaerobic power.
Our final test looks at how well Nathaniel's short-term energy system can power his leg muscles.
We're going to be on the bike. Basically, it's a 10-second maximal effort. We're trying to produce as much power through your legs as possible.
Okay.
Here we go. In 3,
You got this.
2, 1, go! Good job. Right.
That's so intense.
His results were really, really positive. If we look at his peak power, it was about 1,211. But if we look at his relative power of about 11.8 watts per kilogram of body weight, if we look at some of the sports like martial arts, they're producing power in the average range of about 14 watts per kilogram. And if we look at some of these sprinters, they can actually get up into the 17 watts per kilogram of body weight. But he did a great job, and again, it also shows that he's got a certain amount of explosive nature to his physiology, which is really going to be conducive to his sport.
He just kept killing all these tests. Like, the vertical jump was solid, his pull-ups were solid, the sprints on the bike solid. I mean, and the fact that he had a burger the night before he had the DEXA scan. I mean, he honestly is like an A+ student. So he's ready for the Olympics.
Nathaniel's results were really fascinating. It showed that he was a real great all-arounder with lower body power and explosive nature to his legs, upper body strength, endurance to sustain the workload across time, and then his metabolism and the speed at which he can create energy on the bike demonstrated he's really a supreme athlete, and it's fascinating to see.
I'm Nathaniel Coleman. I'm signing out. Got some climbing to do.